What's going on, everybody? This is Chris with Northeast Airguns. Today we have the DNT Optics ThermNight 335 out here, and we're going to do a quick tutorial on how to sight this in. You're going to have to sight it in for thermal and for your IR day-night camera. The first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go over the buttons that are on this. There's 5 buttons on the back of it. That's how we access our menu mode. There's going to be the power button, the gear icon with the up arrow, the camera button or record button with the down arrow, a contrast button, and there's a picture-in-picture button. The first thing we're going to do is get into our menu system, and we're going to do that by holding up the gear icon. We're going to hold that down for 2 seconds. Once we hold that down for 2 seconds, you're going to see on the left-hand side, it's going to come up with our menu. There's going to be a bunch of different options there. What we want to do is scroll down until we find zeroing. If it opens up, it should be the second one from the top. Once we're there, we're going to hit the right button. This is going to be that picture-in-picture button. That's going to bring us into the zeroing mode. If you look at the top left corner, this is going to be our menu for zeroing. There's multiple different profiles for setting it up. We're going to start on a fresh profile here and see where it hits. The first thing is where you select your profile. This is going to be able to freeze the frame and actually do like your 1-shot, 2-shot, 0. This is how you switch between the digital and thermal optics for zeroing. X is going to be your left and right adjustment, and Y is going to be your up and down adjustment. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to send one pellet right at our coyote steel here and see where we're hitting. See if we even hit the steel on this first shot. And we see that that first shot hit a little high. So what we're going to do is hit the power button. This is a little shortcut. By hitting the power button, it'll freeze the screen. So what we're going to do is aim the crosshair right at where we aimed and press the power button. And that's going to freeze the screen once we hit that. And you'll actually see the little freeze icon in the menu there actually change over to say freeze. The next thing we're going to do is we see that we hit a little right and we hit a little high. So we're going to scroll down to our Y and we're going to move up first. And we're going to use the left and right to move up. So in this case, to go up, it's going to be the right button or the picture-in-picture button. And once we're in line with it, we are going to then go to the X and use the left and right again to adjust over to it. With this one, right button is going to be moving it to the right, and the left button is going to be moving it to the left. So we're going to line that up, and we're on there. So now we're going to hit the power button. That'll unfreeze it, and let's test the shot again. We're going to aim at that same spot, and we should be pretty close. Nailed it. Now what we got to do is scroll down and click save. If you don't click save, it's not going to save that 0. So we're going to click right on that, the right button, and that's going to click save. It's going to come up with a little menu here that says zero, switch to another mode for zeroing. That's going to switch us over to our thermal optic, and we're going to click OK on that. If you don't need to zero your thermal, then you can keep on going if you've already zeroed it. So once we get our IR and day-night camera zeroed, we're going to now zero our thermal. So let's take a shot here and see where it lands. Cool, we're hitting about 6-7 inches high. Let's pause this. Hit that freeze button, the power button. And then we're going to utilize our X and Y settings here to move it up and down. And remember, X is going to be left and right, and Y is going to be up and down. So we're pretty in line here. What we're going to do is just move this up by hitting the right button. And that's about where we were hitting. So let's hit the power button to unfreeze it. And let's see if we hit where we got to hit. And that's what we want. Make sure we scroll down to save, hit the right button on that, and now our profile is saved.